Your laundry loads are doing more than just cleaning your clothes. Every cycle releases hundreds of thousands of microfibers that end up in our lakes, rivers, and sometimes even in your drinking water. Fortunately, researchers at the University of Toronto have found a simple solution. So joining us now is Assistant Professor of Ecology, Kelsey. Welcome to your morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
It is estimated that up to 36 trillion microfibers are released each year from laundry machines in Toronto alone. Give us a sense of what that looks like in the water system.
Sure. Yeah, so we started working on microfibers because we were finding that when we were going out into the environment and we were looking for microplastics in fish or in sediment or in the water or even in drinking water, the majority of what we see is our microfibers, and sometimes hundreds per an individual fish. So we wanted to think about how do we tackle this problem. We knew laundry was a source, which I'm happy to talk about, but washing machine filters seemed to be a solution.
Before we get to the solution, I want to know what effect are microfibers having on ecosystems of our lakes?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of work done to understand how microplastic impacts ecosystems. And we find that sometimes the concentrations we see in nature can harm animals. And this can be by causing harm in reproduction, by delaying growth, by causing mortality. And it seems like microfibers may be one of the more hazardous types of microplastics based on their shape. And so it's really important that we do reduce the microplastics from the environment to protect wildlife, but also because it does get into our drinking water, and we're still not quite sure how it impacts human health.
Well, and that's an interesting piece because people will say, well, we have water treatment centers that are supposed to catch that. They don't catch everything. So for your research, your team recruited 97 households in Parry Sound. They had their laundry machines fitted with these microfiber catching filters. Tell us what effect they had.
Yeah, so first, before we sent these filters into the homes of 97 people, we tested them in our lab, and we found that they trap about 90% of the fibers in the wash. And some of you may be wondering, what does that look like? So think about the dryer lint that you take from your dryer about every couple weeks. It's the same thing. It's just wet in the wash, as you can see right now.
Wow.
So what we did was we asked many volunteers in Parry Sound working with Georgian Bay Forever. This work was led by a graduate student in my lab, Lisa Erdl. And 97 people volunteered. They put these filters on. They gave us their laundry lint so we could quantify how much we diverted, but we also sampled at the wastewater treatment plant. So we sampled how many microfibers could we see coming into Lake Huron before deploying filters into about 10% of homes that feed into that plant. And then we sampled the wastewater treatment plant after to say, now do we see a reduction in microfibers after the deployment of about 100 filters in volunteers' homes.
And what did you find?
We were amazingly happy to see a significant decrease in microfibers coming out of the wastewater treatment plant. Now, 10% of homes is not a lot of homes feeding into the plant, but we could still see a significant decrease, which gives us a lot of hope for policies that may change how washing machines are made so that filters are put on washing machines before we purchase them from the store.
Dr. Rockman, I want to bring that picture back again and just explain for us what we're looking at. So those are the microfibers that would go into the waterways. That's the...
Yeah. So that picture it is like really all of them sort of put together. When we see microfibers in an individual fish or we find them in samples, it looks like a tiny little hot pink or bright blue strand. I guess, one example I sometimes tell people, like if you look at your keyboard on a sunny day and you see little strands of what looks like little hairs, those are microfibers. They're quite common in the dust because of our carpets and our clothing and other textiles that we use in our daily lives.
Fascinating research. Dr. Rockman, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.